you guys know that when I adopted Emily about 3 years ago or something from the Humane Society, I saw her and there were like all these rooms, like little rooms of cats, you know? There were like 5 or 6 cats to a room. She was born there. She was 2 years old at the time. And she was so standoffish, and all she did was give me a dirty look, and I started crying. I was like, ah. She like stood there and looked at me almost like that, even meaner. She was like, and I'm like, oh my God, I started crying. I don't know, it just touched my soul. She touched my heart. And so I adopted her, brought her home. And actually before this year, like before probably, yeah, the past 12 months maybe, like after staying in this house for a while, and it's very rural and quiet, like there's not as much traffic and stuff outside. Only now does she come out like in front of me and lie like next to me. She'll come and sniff my fingers. She'll meow at me now, like when she wants to eat and stuff. And she actively watches over me. So, like, she keeps an eye on everything. Yes, I'm talking about you. And so, like, 1 year after I adopted her, look, she's like, I'm so over this story. Oh my God. Where you going, baby? So, like, 1 year after I adopted her, I was going through my paperwork, and I look at the paperwork, and I took a picture of it back then. It said her name was, it showed her last name, Emily Prentiss. I was like, what? I was so obsessed with the Criminal Minds, with the show Criminal Minds. And so I was just like tripping. Like I shared it on Facebook and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, like I love this show. And I didn't even know her name was Emily Prentiss. I just called her Emmy the whole time. So there was that. And then a couple weeks ago, I was so over watching like all the normal stuff that I watch on TV. My daughter bought me this new TV, so it's got like all these apps on it. And I was like, let's check out Criminal Minds. So I put on Criminal Minds, and she was like hanging out around me that day. Like, okay, this probably sounds really lame and boring to everybody, but I literally only have her company ever. So it's a big deal. And my son is very self-contained, and so is she. Like, there's very minimal touch and interaction with me. So I don't know, every little thing counts. So anyway, I press play on some like free, I don't know, Criminal Minds was being streamed free on one of these apps. And I press play, and it was an episode in like, I don't know, the 7th season or something started playing. And it was the episode where where they had a funeral for her. Like they had a whole funeral and everything for her. And I was like, oh my God, is this an omen? I don't know what. And then I kept watching the episode. Like I watched the whole thing like 2 or 3 times already. Like all the seasons. But I hadn't in many years. And like to press play and then that one come on. And I view everything as like meant to be, you know, like the word coincidence. It's like, if you look at the spelling, it's like coin and incident. Coin and incident. So somewhere something was being coined. Like, I don't believe there's any such thing as a coincidence. I believe that everything is an effect of a cause somewhere. And, you know, even if it's beyond our awareness, there's a reason. So anyway, I was tripping, but I kept watching it because I couldn't shut it off at that point. And it turned out that she actually lived, and she showed up at the end of the episode, like, you know, dramas. It was like, yeah, Emily, you're gonna be okay. Nobody's gonna mess with you. This is like how manifestation works, right? When you care about something or put so much energy into something in your life, it ends up showing up in other places. I don't know, it might not be that. Like, I remember when I bought an orange car, like, I bought an orange car when I moved to Florida because orange was my daughter's favorite color. And she was like finishing up basic training and she didn't have a car and she was in New Mexico. So when she came to visit me, I'm like, just take my car, just take it. And then everywhere I would always notice like orange cars everywhere. So, there is that, well, it's just in your awareness and then you notice it more. But I mean, that's way more than a coincidence. Like I said, I don't even believe in coincidences because I fell in love with her. And I don't know if you guys know, but at the same time that when I adopted Emily, I chose Emily and my son chose another cat. His name was Prince. It was in our first apartment here in Texas. And Will named him Prince. And he would allow me to like pet him. And he was like active in the family. Emily spent her first year or two, like her first year in that apartment under my son's bed. And then in the second apartment we had, she spent it in the corner of the laundry room. Like she wouldn't be around my energy in that time. Like she wouldn't be around me. And I know why now, like looking back, like I thought I was in like healthy connections and dynamics, but I wasn't, and animals can see that and sense it. And recently, like I've been way more healthy. I've cut access and dynamics with lots of like shit people, and she's around me like a lot more now. Well, what happened to Prince is, man, there were some, like I said, some messed up dynamics going on, and things were happening to me in the energy field when I first opened my YouTube page. Those people, they should be ashamed of themselves, the way they were treating me. And it just so happened to be that Prince ended up going crazy. He literally, from one day to another, went crazy. I used to take him in a little cat harness, and we used to sit outside on the porch and the front and everything. And he was fine. But not too long after that, maybe had him for 6 months, and I was just starting to really gain traction on my tarot channel. Other readers were watching me, and I was also invited to be part of this group of people, like one of those master manifesting classes, groups of people where they all sync their whole life story, like their whole calendar with one another, and they're all filthy rich, but I don't know, in some weird dynamics and stuff. And I was learning manifestation. I was using their methods and stuff. And I didn't realize, actually, I'm the magic. It doesn't matter what method I use. And I started pulling away out of that group. I was invited to a huge event and I didn't go. I just didn't feel right. And then I started pulling my energy back from, these other tarot readers. So then when I was feeling like I was protecting myself in all those ways, my cat went crazy. Prince went crazy. He was running from the front door to the back door, scratching at it, going to the window he wanted the fuck out of the house. He got out once, I got him back home. The second time, he never returned again. And you know what they say, like I said, cats see energy, and they're protective and they're tough. So I think that's where this is all my own superstitious experience, of course, my philosophical beliefs when it comes to coincidences and the etymology, and how especially cats, they are so sensitive and protective. Predators, really, but only the strong survive, right? And Emily has taught me a lot about boundaries and about protecting myself. And also about learning how to trust myself, because I'm watching her learn how to trust herself too around me. So we're all healing together. So nice. And I remember one time I was so excited. I had these like puzzle things that, like, the mats that you put on the floor, they were puzzles with the ABCs on it. I bought it because my nephew Zeke loved those. He loved those tiles. Like, they're like the foam tiles, and he loved them when I was living, like, before I moved to Texas, I was living in Florida. And with my sister and her kids and her husband. So my little cousin, my nephew Zeke, he loved those things. And when I came here, we had Christmas here, and I bought them for him. And my sister was like, how could you do that? Like, she was already annoyed with those stupid pieces being all over her house. And I bought them for him because I knew he loved them so much. Like, he loved lining his cars up in, like, the perfect color rows, and he loved putting things in order, and he loved those letters, you know. It was so exciting to him. He would get lost in it, and I just felt like, I just want to give him that gift again. Well, Christmas came and went, and my sister left those tiles behind. So I would use them for stretching and yoga and stuff like that. And I just started my YouTube channel. When I got there, I was like feeling healthy. I had a pool at that apartment. I was health conscious. I was like exercising every day. I used to take a core water bottle like this behind my head. I would fill it with water and go like this. I would like walk like this, like a knight practicing with his sword. And I would walk like that 3 times a day. I would take 15-minute walks in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the night. And I would take 15-minute walks around our gated community, doing that. And like, there was kind of like a little valley there, and I used to walk there in a figure 8, like in an infinity sign. I used to just like do that and get my exercise in, and that was my meditation time. The Texas, nights were so beautiful. I would do that at night. And I don't know, it was like kind of like a signal. It was like water in this water bottle, and I was sweating, and I was doing something repetitive, and I was just realizing that I am autistic at that time. And the repetition and the rhythm of it, and like being in my body, somatic release and exercise, wow, it helped me so much, especially to be a clear channel for like the channeling work that I do. I was developing my system, my manifestation activation system at the time. And I was receiving download after download all the time from doing those walks. And also cleaning my, like I said, I thought I was in healthy dynamics back then, but no, I was just receiving energy, and I was positive, and I'm full of love. And so the way that I translated those signals was loving and good. I was innocent. And it would return back the negative energy wherever it was coming from. So that's why, that song by 50 Cent where he's like, I need you to hate me. Something like that. It's like, I don't know. I think it's true to an extent. Like, I don't need anybody to hate me, but energy is energy, and it's not going to be created or destroyed. But definitely I can figure out what to do with it. It doesn't matter if it's hate or what. You know how they say, like, all attention isn't good attention. It's not, but if you have proper boundaries, that's what I'm learning, you can do something with it. So anyway, when I had those little things in that apartment, I'm being nostalgic over my time in Texas. I don't know why. This is my 4th year here. Like, I just started my 4th year here in January. So I just pulled like random, but because I would do my prayers, like I would get on my knees and pray, and I had hardwood floors there, so I would put those things down, and I just grabbed a couple, and then I stood up, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. And it was like, on TV for real, like the words on TV for real. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like taking all those little hints, and I don't know, I was just taking all those little hints, like, oh, my manifestations are coming into fruition. And they have, but Well, it's really true. Like, not all fame is good fame. Not all money is good money. I had to learn it in like many different dynamics and ways. And throughout all this time, I've learned about like interpersonal dynamics as well. It's been interesting. And I know that I've become more centered and real and authentic in myself. And a lot of the things that I was bringing up, like preaching about, talking about all my experiences, all those releases and everything, like at first I needed to do the releases, those chakra cleanses. I needed to do those releases to process and get rid of a lot of the energy that I was receiving. But now that I have much better boundaries, I don't need to do one of those releases every single day. It's easy. It's okay for me to do them every day. Like when I go back to work and I'm making multiple videos a day, I will attach those cleanses to the videos for also the public. But I'm with the sabbatical. It's like been like a 4 or 5 month sabbatical here, guys. It's crazy. I can't believe I took so much time off, considering how hard and I worked to build up the stamina and create a life around that, like my schedule, you know. Like I cleared everybody out of my energy. Even my family was upset with me. Everybody had an idea about what I should be doing with my time and my energy, but nobody wanted to be like actually here in my energy supporting me. So I fought and I fought and I fought for my art, you know. But like I said, not all fame is good fame, and these last 5 months I just caught the attention. Like, just because you can deal with something doesn't mean that you should. It's all a culmination, though, of learning how to integrate the lessons that I've learned about learning how to put up boundaries, about knowing my own worth and my own talent, learning how to love myself while every insecurity is getting poked and prodded at. Or people are always trying to bring up your past against you. Like, I have probably been reborn like a million times already. Like, I've died a million deaths. My ego has been destroyed in so many ways already at this point. And not to say like that I'm immune to that kind of thing. I'm a very sensitive person. But it is to say that every single time that I went through the dark night, I came out more authentic. And I'm able to see that in Emily's behavior and in our relationship. And Emily Prentiss she was a investigator in Criminal Minds, you know, and just like represents an official person, a protective person with boundaries, a no nonsense person who cannot be easily killed. So I don't know, she just inspired me to make another video. Okay, love you guys. Bye.